Thursday. They had all kinds of festivities, car show downtown Winchester, parade to the racetrack. I was part of the parade, had the cops follow me all the way. I was pretty nervous. Made the way to the racetrack. They had the Jeffrey Earnhardt driving experience. We had the Wicks pie eating contest. Then we move into Friday, and it's all about hitting the racetrack. It's amazing on Friday. We have practice. We have qualifying for the Jegs Area All-Stars Tour. We had 3 feature events that night in front of near-packed grandstand, one of the biggest Friday night crowds we've seen in recent years. On to Saturday, much the same last night. 3 great feature events, pole qualifying, CorvetteParts.net pole qualifying for today's Winchester 400, and then today, we're going the big race, 400 laps, and all we are, Jim, are race fans getting a chance to talk about racing.
We have the defending winner in the field. This is race number 11 of 12, so we have points implications going on here. We also have some very young drivers that have never been here before. We have a lot to cover over the race broadcast, but more importantly, Winchester Speedway is special for a very big reason. It is a track that you must experience as a driver, certainly as a fan. We just saw what it looked like overhead. Tackling these high banks, it's special indeed. We have Rob Albright, the longtime ASA public address announcer and television commentator, giving us a moment in a memory book of his over the years when he was here at Winchester Speedway to call the ASA National Tour races back in the day.
The other great memory I have about Winchester was we went there for the 400, and there was a rookie guy there named Ted Musgrave, and everybody knows Ted Musgrave. He just got too late to start. Ted was a huge talent, could have been a superstar in NASCAR, but didn't get there till late in his career. At any rate, Ted had never been to Winchester, and the first practice was not even open to rookies. It was veterans only. And I watched Bob Seneker, Mike Eddy, Mark Martin roll out onto the racetrack, and literally, first lap, they were right against the wall in both ends of the racetrack. And I said, "What do you think, Ted?" He said, "I'm not sure I could do that." And I think as a rookie, he finished like second or third in the Winchester 400 his first time there. So yeah, he figured out real quickly how to ride that wall.
Thanks, Rob, for those insights. And guess what? We have the 1988 Winchester 400 champion joining us. Grand Marshal this weekend. What a special occasion to welcome in Teddy Musgrave. Teddy, welcome back to Winchester.
Oh, Jim, this is great, man. The weather's beautiful. The people are all here. The cars are, they look gorgeous out there. This place is amazing. To come back after like 35 years and see the racetrack just the way it was, the racing the way it was, there's no other place like Winchester.
You raced here 4 times. You won the second time here, but that first time, maybe the first attempt getting here, what was that like? What are these young drivers facing the first time they roll in the high banks here?
Well, you hear about it. Naturally, when you go to Winchester, you always say, "Hey, what's Winchester like?" And they're saying, "Oh, buddy, you're never going to believe what you're going to get into around here." So my first year in rookie, came here in ASA in 1987. And like I say, I just more or less stayed out of trouble, ran a full race, learned a lot. But like I say, you can't prepare yourself for going to Winchester. You could ask people, they can give you some advice, but until you actually go out there and run 400 laps, you learn a lot.
In 1988, you won the race. You led 321 laps. That's a dominant performance in a race like that with so much pit strategy, different strategies, puts different drivers out front. 321 laps is a lot. Did everything just go perfect that day for you? Is that how you did it?
No, 400 laps leading would have been perfect. But yes, you're right. The car was amazing. Things were going right our way. Sometimes things like that just happen where you can't do no wrong. Even the guys in the crew were sitting there eating ice cream because I had 2 laps on the field. They're in the pits eating ice cream. And, "Hey, guys, it's time to pit. Put your ice cream down. We got to get out there."
I got excited when I knew Teddy was going to be part of our show here, the Simpson Race Products pre-race show. In 1988, he led all those laps and won. He beat out Kenny Wallace and Dave Jackson. They're the only 2 leaders in the race. Dave Jackson finished 4th. Kenny led like 71 laps. But the next year, he finished second to Butch Miller, and Butch was unstoppable in 89. And in 1990, just for a reference of how important this race is for those that follow ASA or have been around a long time, Teddy finished 6th behind Bob Seneker, Scott Hansen, Glenn Allen Jr., Dave Jackson, and Junior Hanley. Then you came across 6th. Those are important times. Important to remember that was 1990, and that was right before you went cup racing.
That's true. Like I say, back then you were racing against the best of I'd say the whole Midwest and even beyond. Those names you put out there are just household names in racing, especially in ASA. Those are champions. Those are guys that just race for a living, and they're the best. So one day I got to beat them. Next time, maybe you run with them. They beat me. So it goes back and forth, but it's great.
11 drivers today making their first Winchester 400 start. Some of them are very young. Some of them are veterans. What do you tell a guy down on pit road before the start of the race making their first start at this place?
Well, first off, let's put this in perspective. I think half of them drivers that are out there today weren't even born when I ran this race. But you could just give them some advice. And the way they race is a little bit different than we raced back in ASA. It was 400 laps, and it could be straight 400 laps. There was live pit stops. Now they have race breaks. They have competition caution stuff. So the strategy changes a little bit. So instead of telling a guy, man, just race the racetrack, kind of like a Darlington racetrack. Don't worry about the guy out front. Race your race. So like I say, that's the best thing around here at Winchester is just don't get confused. Just do your ability. Don't overextend yourself. It'll come to you.
When Teddy ran the ASA National Tour, he ran some of the same races we do here in 2025 when it comes to the Redbud 400 at Anderson Speedway, the Winchester 400, longer races, the All-American 400. That's still to come on the schedule. Those long-distance races and all the racing you got to do, how much did that help prepare you for the next step going to NASCAR?
Oh, it was great. Like I say, just the live pit stops, that long racing. That is, like I say, the prelude to going into NASCAR and all the other bigger races. You need to learn that before you move on. And this is, this ASA deal here, even at the 400, the Rosebud 400, all them other ones, like I say, prepares you for the future.
And Teddy's got a big job today. He's actually waving the green flag to send them off. A great ceremonial position. Brian Ross is here as well. He won this race in 1999, and this race has a lot of history. There's only one T-shirt that has everybody's name on it. Teddy's on there from '88, and we're going to celebrate with Teddy all weekend long here because it's a celebration of speed. To determine the championship, you must win here or at least do really well here. We're getting down to the end of things, and last year was a magical run for Cole Butcher in the 2024 edition of the Winchester 400. Let's take a look at those highlights right now.
Oh, big crash in turn 1 and 2. Look out, Hind around, Bearden in there, Sutton, Garcia, Bushell in the 24, the 33 of Francis, and the 5 of Jonathan Nee.
Oh, yeah, I've been telling people, like every time I come to Winchester, it brings out every emotion inside my body. Anything emotionally people can have in their life, it comes out in me here because I've seen it all. I grew up here.
The best super late model racers from North America, including Canada, have assembled to determine who's going to win it. Off of turn 4. Crown Jewel season continues here. The Winchester 400 is underway. Roderick and Rochelle lead us to the front stretch. Anthony Campy racing on the top side. Michael Lang racing with champion defending. Ty Majeski taking the lead away. Turn number 4 to the finish line. New leader, lap 45, Ty Majeski.
They're thinking that there's some fluid leaks possibly from one of these top 2 cars. So Majeski's come down. He gets a thumbs up. And now the 51 of Stephen Nasse is coming to pit road. So they have seen some fluid when he pulled away from where he was located on the racetrack.
We had a little oil leak and ended up being the rear end. So come in and got that tightened up. And I guess just run out of fluid a little bit too much and burn it up. So
Lake Row will bring out the officially the third caution. Every lead lap car has come to pit road. Charlie Crawl.
Yeah, down here in Cole Butcher's pit. Surprisingly, guys, they're going to the left side tires first down here for all 3 Wilson Motorsports teams, changing left side tires.
Somehow doesn't match up with Pinsino. They both go to the rear. We go back forward. Green flag flying into turn 1. Pinsino, the control car, has the lead early.
Oh, big crash in turn 1 and 2. Look out, Hind around, Bearden in there, Sutton, Garcia.
Let's take a look. This is the top 6 rolling into turn number 1.
Michelle got into the 69 of Hind.
Send him for a ride. It was a long tag into turn 1. Just couldn't stay off of Hind's car, and Hind went around. The control car on the outside is Pinsino and Majeski decided down the front stretch this time.
As that stage flag waves, takes the $1,000 bonus for stage 1 win.
Coming back to the green to restart this race on lap 154. Ty Majeski, the control car, to his inside for the first time. It's Cole Butcher to the inside.
Butcher lead for the first time today. Cole Butcher, the Canadian out front. Majeski says, not so fast, I want it back. The 26 of Roderick, I think he has a right front.
Yeah, guys, here comes Casey Roderick, flat right front tire. Timing could not have been worse right here towards the end of this 75-lap green flag run.
And Ty Majeski's pit right now and got a plug wire in hand with some zip ties.
Yeah, guys, hood is up, and they are checking every one of those plug wires. They've got a thermometer to diagnose which one of those cylinders isn't hitting, trying to diagnose what could be a cylinder not firing.
Up the banking, gaining speed. Majeski on the outside, a good restart here. We'll lead him in the outside lane into turn 1.
Ruggiero trying to clear Majeski to take the lead out right down the backstretch, and he does so.
End of stage number 2 for the ASA Stars National Tour event at Winchester Speedway. $1,000 going to that young man right there, Gio Ruggiero.
Yeah, Adam Majeski bringing the 91 back down pit road. They are going right back under the hood, checking all of the cylinders. Again, still just not able to find which one of those cylinders isn't hitting.
Back to green flag at lap 307 of the Winchester 400. Ruggiero takes him into turn 1. Cole Butcher takes the lead on Gio Ruggiero, who's way off the pace suddenly. Ruggiero off the pace from the lead at Winchester.
Big issues for Ruggiero, something in the drivetrain, and yes, there it goes.
Back in the series after 2-race break and underway, Butcher leads him into turn 1.
I think Majeski's just as quick again. Once they get up and running, he stays with him and in fact might close the gap. It's going to take just one mistake. And remember a year ago, Cole Butcher late in the race made 1 or 2 mistakes that he normally doesn't make.
19 laps remain in the 53rd running of the Winchester 400. Cole Butcher, Ty Majeski battling for the lead in the late going.
Off of turn number 4. Butcher wins the 53rd running of the Winchester 400.
It would have been better if my wife and my baby boy were here, but this is awesome. Can't thank Wilson Motorsports enough for it was a rough weekend, to be honest, and I've given 2 of these away, so this feels good.
It's a celebration of speed here at Winchester Speedway. Thanks for joining us here on our Simpson Race Products pre-race show. Now to a third member of our crew, Charlie Crawl, with a very special ceremony.
Yeah, Jim, thanks a lot. We've got Cole Butcher who's down here. He is going to peel the tape off of his name, officially adding himself to the list of winners. Cole, we'll let you go ahead and peel that tape off. And now it's official. The Wall of Legends here at Winchester Speedway. Cole Butcher officially adding your name to this list of some of the best short track drivers ever have won this race. How important is it to you to have your name on that list?
I mean, the last 3 years we've been trying to get it done, and we've got it done last year. So I can't thank everybody enough. I mean, look at this list. You have Mark Martin, Musgrave, Cope, Kyle Busch. It's just an unbelievable list, and my name gets to be right next to Gio Ruggiero.
So you have a crew chief who's had a lot of success here too. How important is that relationship between you and Bond, and how much does that contribute to your success here?
I mean, Bond loves this racetrack. I think he has 5 or 6 guitars, but I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, he's a master at this place. He brought us a really fast race car for this year's Winchester 400, and hopefully by the time lap 350 comes, we can start moving around and maybe get to do this again.
Now, normally I ask you pre-race how your race car is, and you tell me you're terrible. So let's just pretend we've already done that. How good is your race car here today? You feeling confident coming into this one?
I think it's better than last year. So I did not like my car at all last year, and we won. So, I mean, in my mind, that's a good thing. But I think Majeski's on a mission. He's been really good here the past number of years, and I think he's on a mission this weekend. But so is everybody else, and it's a long race, like you said, and he's going to be there at the end.
All right, now I know we're getting to that part of the season where points are added up and they give out a big trophy. That's not the forefront of your mind here tonight going into this, is it?
No, not really. I mean, I think if everything goes right, we'll have our name on a trophy. But, yeah, you never know until 400 laps are over what's going to happen.
All right, guys, Cole Butcher looking to go back-to-back here at Winchester Speedway. We're going to step away for a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue on with the Simpson Race Products pre-race show.
Thank you.
Better than a bootlegger. Way better than a bootlegger. It's pretty good. Very blueberry. Highly recommend this to anybody out there. It's pretty good. 10 out of 10 right there.
I think it's delicious. I had the peach, I had the grape at Five Flags. Trying the pina colada right now. Feels like I'm on the beach somewhere.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Welcome back to our pre-race show, sponsored by Simpson Race Products. They have all these products available. Thanks for your support. Steeler helmets. I think I want to steal this one. These are super lightweight and they're super good. You might check into this stuff. Go to Simpson Race Products. They got a full lineup of everything you need. Safety first. Simpson's been a leader of that for decades, and we're glad to have them as part of our program. Part of the ASA Stars National Tour all season long. Matter of fact, they have a big decal on our in-car camera today that Cole Butcher will be taking with us, and we couldn't thank the folks here at Winchester Speedway enough, so we brought in the guy that's running the place. We got him locked down for like 3 minutes, Adam. Welcome in, Dan Redmond, General Manager of Winchester Speedway, among many other duties. This is the 400, baby.
Hey,
thanks for all your hard work.
It is. Happy 400 race day. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Jim. It is great to be here. We're loving life. Life is good. It's an amazing field of talent with ASA here this weekend. And Charlie Shaw, Steve Vore, and all of the Winchester Speedway team members have been working hard for the last year to try and give the fans and the racers the track that they deserve. And I'm very proud of what they've done here.
It's all the little things that come together to make this what it is. You've added the car show downtown, the parade into town, the Wicks pie eating contest. And those might seem like little things, but it adds an extra day, and it adds an extra day of promotion and online publicity, and everything has seemed to come together. The best thing that you've done the last 2 years is order this great weather.
Yeah. You know, I think maybe our track chaplain, Larry Avery's had some help in that department because, man, you can't even see a cloud in the sky. The good Lord has gave us amazing weather for the middle of October. So, like I said, if you're not here, you better be watching this race on Track TV because it's going to be one for the books.
And one thing to give you guys credit for is the entertainment surrounding this. You have bands going on. You have events going on. You've got downtown to hear parades. The neat thing is these fans have been here all weekend. The campground is packed. It's on the front side of the racetrack. So when you come to Winchester, you can smell it before you can see it. The neat thing is they're dedicated, but I see more and more dedicated fans coming back to Winchester. They're coming back because they know the racetrack is awesome. It's not going to change, but the amenities, you guys continue to make improvements. Painting, cleaning, fixing. It's on nonstop, and really can't thank you enough for all the things you've done. Year to year, it's like, wow, they did that. Wow, look at that. They put a band in there now. That's great. You guys are doing a lot of great things here.
Well, we are, and again, that goes back to Charlie, Steve Vore, and the amazing staff here. But, you know, the excitement level is there, and the fans are saying, you know, this is the Winchester 400 of old. And it's not just because of Winchester. It's because of the fans and the environment, but it's also because of ASA. ASA is back, baby. And, you know, they are the series. They were the series. They are the series again. And so that's why we are extremely glad, grateful, and proud to have them as a partner here with us at Winchester Speedway.
You've got some legendary names you brought back on purpose. Don Gregory's driving the pace car. The guy calling the race command is Brian Ross, the 1999 Winchester 400 winner. He was racing here in the ASA series as well in the Winchester 400, and we just had Ted Musgrave on. He's going to be part of pre-race and part of all the cool things. I mean, it's neat to have that tie into people saying, well, if you ever see these guys again, they're here too.
Yeah. And it's you know, not only that, I mean, Jonathan just did an interview with Cody Swanson, open wheel star and legend, you know, here at Winchester, because that's the excitement level of the Winchester 400 again. Even open wheel guys are wanting to be part of the Winchester 400, and so it's great. We don't ever want to lose the history and the passion of this racetrack. That's what made Winchester Winchester, but we want to give the fans and the racers the amenities and the track they deserve.
Silver Crown Series has been here the last 4 years. That's expanded on the schedule. This is the big race that ends the season. What's in plans for 2026?
Well, one of the first things we just debuted yesterday is May 16th next year, the first time ever the American Big Rig Racing Semi-Truck Series is coming to Winchester and everything. So I had to make sure I scheduled that with a couple weeks in case we go out of the wall with a semi, but it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be great, and Winchester Speedway is definitely a destination. Winchester-speedway.com. Dan, thanks for your time.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Dan Redmond, the general manager here. This is race number 11 of the ASA Stars National Tour. The Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars Tour went on and raced race number 10 at Toledo Speedway, the high banks of Toledo in Ohio, the Glass City 200. Let's look at the highlights. And the most recent winner, he's in the field today, too. Perfect night for racing. 71 degrees. We're about to turn them loose here at Toledo. Off at turn number 4. The CorvetteParts.net Glass City 200 is underway. Sutton and Reeves into turn 1.
Good clean start down through 1 and 2. Sutton races out front. Reeves drops in line, and it's row 2 in a battle. Francis on the inside. Butcher, the point leader, alongside in the high lane.
Butcher got away. It looked like clean in third, but Albert Francis really charging hard on the inside.
Here to look at the replay.
Into the corner. It looks like Francis got to the inside of Butcher. Couldn't hold it.
I'm also not so sure that, like, when it was steady and then Butcher kind of comes down a little bit because he thought Francis was going to go all the way to the bottom line, and when he did, that put the right front tire against the door of Cole Butcher, and that's what got Francis sideways.
And Derek Rouse. Derek Rouse brings out our first caution.
They're going to go right to this left rear where the contact was made. You can see the tire, the lettering rubbed off of that tire. So they're going to double check air pressure on that left rear, make sure it hasn't lost any air. They're going to pull it off, make sure there's no damage to the underneath.
Thorne's car rotating very well through the corners. Sauter's kind of hanging on to his right now in the turns, and Thorne is there. Contact made. Around goes Sauter, backs it up into the barriers.
Back to racing at Toledo Speedway. The green flag about to be displayed. Racing underway. Begins on lap 35 of the CorvetteParts.net Class 200. 3-wide run. Carson Brown dips inside of Dawson Sutton. A surprising, stellar move. A little bit stepped out last time. Now side by side. Pollard giving up the spot. Gave him room. Ooh, they touch.
Oh,
Pollard
big hit.
spins. A long spin by Pollard. Backs up the entire field.
Oh, and there goes Pollard up and takes a swipe at Majeski. Down in the corner, down in turns 3 and 4.
Bubba Pollard very visible. Upset with Toby Noodleman. That's the crew chief on time. Majeski's number 91.
Has a good run through 3 and 4. He's got a tire rub on the left rear. That is not good for Carson Brown. He leads for the first time. Lap 54 complete.
Here's Max Reeves. $300 to second place finisher Dawson Sutton. $200 at the end of stage 1 being awarded to Ty Majeski.
Reeves a good run through 1, but it's the outside lane, and Dawson Sutton making a heck of a run off of turn number 2, pulling forward. Can Sutton take the lead back? The answer at the line is yes. Thorne around, Bushell around on the front straightaway. More trouble.
Holding him off for second currently.
Ty's being patient right now. He's being patient. He's got a faster car. Well, maybe a little less patient in 1 and 2, but
one tap there.
His car is, oh, there's a big tap.
That's a sender. And Majeski almost loses it.
Reeves around. Carson Brown avoids. Yeah, I think you're
behind
right.
the Rackley logo on his quarter panel.
Ooh. Casey Klein hung on to it. It got a little free going into the corner. Oh, Kyle Steckley up into the wall hard.
Right front tire might have gone down.
Yeah, I think you're right. And now comes off.
It went down and now it's gone.
Good start at the front of the field. It's going to be Butcher the advantage through 1 and 2. Has a great exit of turn 2. We see that outside lane coming in. Now it's 3 wide. Look at Sutton making the move. Francis caught in the middle. Everyone else trying to avoid. Here comes Phillips to the bottom. Contact made. Francis saves.
Francis has a good piece. He just became the pinball. Now, as they race on for 5th, we watch this race to the end of stage 2. Stage 2, presented by HD5, has been won by Cole Butcher.
Kind of waited on each other there in the front row, deciding who was going to go and win, and it's Dawson Sutton off of the second corner, utilizing that outside lane and slightly fresher rubber than Cole Butcher. New leader back out front as he was early in this race, Dawson Sutton.
This is the HD5 final lap, the final 2 turns. The number 26 of Dawson Sutton. In his 20th start, it's win number 2 for Dawson Sutton at Toledo Speedway in the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour.
Just a dominant performance, and he is going to get doused by water and confetti. Just an absolute domination of a day for Dawson Sutton, and what a way to rebound after what happened here last year. Dawson Sutton sitting in victory lane after last year. This is a great way to come back and rebound after that. Did you think there was any doubt today that you would end up here?
Yeah, for sure. We had a really good race last year, just not very much luck. And coming back here, we've just had a great car all day. And to put it up front there in qualifying, I really just had a lot of confidence going into the 200 lapper. But luckily, we parked it in victory lane. It feels really good.
We're hanging out here in the Fan Midway at Winchester Speedway. We're going to bring you on Track TV the Winchester 400. This is our Simpson Race Products pre-race show. Dawson Sutton had a great run at Toledo Speedway, winning his second ASA Stars National Tour race. Earlier in the broadcast, you might have heard Cole Butcher refer to one guy on a mission. Ty Majeski, the 2023 Series champion, has a mission in place. He also won the CorvetteParts.net poll yesterday. He'll lead us to the green flag. And here's our starting lineup. The top 10 starters of the 26-car field include Majeski and Billy Van Meter, who's raced here now 7 times. He's only 23 years old, 29 years old, whatever it is. He's been here every year in his 20s racing for his first Winchester Rifle. Both Shell and Sutton, 2 rising stars coming up in row 2. Row 3, our defending winner Cole Butcher will start in the 5th spot. Albert Francis won the JAG CRA All-Stars race on Friday night. He'll line up in the top 10, as well as Blake Rowe, Carson Brown, Stephen Nassy in his 15th Winchester 400. He'll look for his 3rd rifle. And Casey Klein, another young star of Washington State, trying to make his way into history, into glory here at Winchester Speedway. Let's now check in one more time with Charlie Kroll.
Yeah, Jim, thanks a lot. Stephen Nassy told me this might be the most important late model race to him throughout the course of the season. I know this is a big one for you too, Ty. Starting P1 today, how important is it to keep this car up front and control this race all day long?
Yeah, I think track position is big. This race plays, it tends to turn into an attritional race, and one of the safest spots is up front. So, hopefully we can just kind of manage our gaps early. Hopefully we have a good enough car where we can do that and keep our track position without wearing it out. And but if not, we'll call an audible and just kind of let the race play into our hands and relative to how I feel our car is. So. TBD on the full strategy, but overall, just a huge thank you to Michael Hine Racing and all their guys. And this car's been great all weekend. Obviously, has great speed, so hopefully we can keep it up front all day.
Ty, I know you're chasing a championship in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. You're not necessarily chasing points on this end, but you're chasing trophies. How much do you want to get that trophy hung on your wall after 400 laps today?
Yeah, and this is kind of what I consider one of the 4 crown jewels, right, with the Snowball Derby, All-American 400, and the Oxford 250. So, obviously I don't have this one yet, and, it's one that's been on my list for a while. So excited to have the opportunity to come here with great people and great race cars and have a shot at another one.
All right, best of luck to Ty Majeski today. He's going to go from the CorvetteParts.net poll. He told me he would really like to stay up front today, Jim, and stay out of that mess that we inevitably are going to see back in the pack here today.
Thanks, Charlie. One of those strategies really comes down to the fast guys. How fast do they want to go? How much do you want to pace it? And Ty Majeski's been really good at these long-distance races. He's a champion in this series and in the truck series for a very good reason. He can manage, he can moderate, but he's also going to dictate the speed today from that front row starting position. He'll be the one to ride. He'll be the one to chase. He'll be also the one that will maybe put too much speed in early on and cause others to use their cars up trying to get to him. There's a lot of stories to play out here on pit road. He's here with Michael Hine Racing for the 3rd time racing for the Rifle in the Winchester 400. Last year, Majeski came up 1 spot short to Cole Butcher. Cole said, I didn't have the fastest car. Majeski has the fastest car today. And really, when you look at the headlines, what have you done lately? Ty Majeski just won his 5th Oktoberfest 200 last Sunday in an ASA Midwest Tour race. So that was a big race for him and his Wisconsin-based team. But he is after a mission. He's after the All-American 400 guitar. He certainly wants to win his 3rd Snowball Derby, and he has yet to win that Oxford 250. So for short track fans like me, I love the fact that Ty Majeski cares to this point, to care about this much to get here, to race here, not just to show up. He wants to race, and he wants to win another crown jewel event. Let's go down to Charlie Kroll and what's happening down on pit road here.
Yeah, Jim, we're standing by the stage here. All the drivers queued up and ready to go across the stage here prior to driver introductions. I'm going to sneak in if we can grab a word with a quick couple guys. Here's Albert Francis. Albert, you had a great night here on Friday. How important is it for you to kick off this weekend with a win?
Definitely. It's always a confidence booster, but I don't know. It doesn't never directly correlate crate to super, but long 400 laps today. It's pretty grueling around here, so looking forward to it.
What do you got to do to keep yourself patient yet aggressive at the same time?
I don't know if it'll take much aggression very early, to be honest, but we'll have to see. Just want to maintain decent track position and be there at the end.
All right, best of luck to Albert Francis today. I'm going to slide over here and see if we can grab a word with This young man, you went to victory lane in another big race last year at Nashville. I know you had a good run going here last year as well. Do you want to get that? I know Ty wants to hang that Winchester Rifle on his shelf, but I know you would like to as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is one I've wanted for a few years now. So yeah, looking forward to this race. It's one of the most fun races, I think. You know, making 400 laps around this place. It's long, and yeah, I really enjoy it. So looking forward to today, and hopefully we can get our freight racing forward in victory lane.
Now you got your day job teammates standing right here. You guys aren't teammates at all in the super late model stuff. If it comes down to the two of you on the final lap, and you're a foot off of his back bumper coming into turn 3, how's that going to work out?
Well, hopefully we don't have to find out. But no, hopefully, I just want to race everybody clean for the first 350 at least, and hopefully all 400. Hate to tear stuff up, and in this race, especially with how long it is. So no reason to push the issue, early on, and just going to try to ride and manage my equipment.
All right, best of luck to you here today. We're going to grab a quick word with the last winner, and we're hopping in Ty's path here as well. Dawson, I know you went to victory lane at Toledo Speedway. You want to make it 2 in a row here today, don't you?
Yeah, man, we're coming off a really good momentum, and I'm really looking forward for today. I have a good starting spot, so my team brought me a really good race car. Now it's just my job to run 400 and hopefully be there at the end.
What's the key to victory here today?
Yeah, it's a long one, like Jake said. It was really attrition, and keeping the car in one piece is definitely the biggest thing. And like I said, is being there at the end. It's not too many cars finish this race, so hopefully we're one of them.
All right, here's another guy that has come a long way to compete here today. Casey Klein, you had a great car here on Friday night. Did not end up the way that you wanted it to, but I'm going to say we got that bad luck out of the way on Friday night, and you're going to have a good day today. What's your goal here for the Winchester 400?
To finish. From everything I've heard, all the race monitor I've looked at, if you finish the race with a clean car, you're almost guaranteed a top 5 is what it seems like. So we just want to finish, get to the last 100 clean, and then work from there, long race.
All right, Casey Klein going to have a good day here today. Here's another guy that I know that absolutely loves the Winchester 400. Former winner here, Stephen Nassy. This is like Christmas Day and your birthday all rolled up into one, isn't it?
Yeah. There's nothing better than coming to Winchester this time of the year. The weather's nice, the fans are great, and we're ready to put on a good show for all these great fans.
All right, Stephen Nassy, have a good day. We're going to wrap up our little grid walk here. I'm going to slide down here and grab a word with a home stater. Grew up right down the road from here. Billy Van Meter, how important is it to you to have a good run in this Winchester 400? And have you let yourself even dream about what it would like to be win this race?
I mean, I've dreamt about it since my dad started doing it. But honestly, it's a long race, and you just take it one lap at a time and keep your head on straight and just hope you're at lap 399 to capitalize on it and win that thing, win that gun, and get to stare at it for the rest of your life after that.
That's exactly right. Best of luck to Billy Van Meter here today. Jim, a lot of these drivers down here have a lot of laps at Winchester Speedway, but some of the best drivers in super late models have never been here before. Derek Thorne, a guy who has won late model races all across this country, very first time he's ever been to Winchester Speedway. We talked to him, and we talked to Casey Klein and a couple of others about their initial impression of Winchester Speedway.
This place is super crazy. My first time being here. Ran a Perlay yesterday. Gonna practice the super today, race it tomorrow. Really fast track. Nothing like it in the country, nothing like I've ever been to. The G-forces are really crazy to me. Instead of being right to left G-forces, it's up and down. In the middle of the corner, you feel the car squat down, like right on top of your head. It's crazy. The feeling of speed here is way different, and being that fast right up against the wall, really no room for error, is kind of crazy. So
it looks cool, it's fast, so it'll be a lot of fun to get out there and run a new racetrack. It's definitely a fast racetrack, but it's just like 1.5 miles or Bristol or Dover, places like that. So just gonna have to go out there, adapt as soon as possible.
It's looked like something that sounded like a video game, right? Like the old iRacing Coca-Cola Speedway back in the old NASCAR 2002 game. Just hold it wide open, go wherever you want. This is like something that I've never seen before. It kind of looks like a combination of Slinger and Madison, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do.
curious to just get the speed. We got, Highlands Motorsports, Josh Reeve, and we got Foltz in our camp this week. Paired up with Kyle Steckby and Red Jones Racing. So hopefully between the two of us, they can get me going in the right direction, because all these years I've been racing, I've never been able to come here. So excited to give it a shot and see what it's all about.
And some of these young drivers took advantage of racing with the Pro Late models, the Jeg Serie All-Stars that raced here on Friday night. 7 of those drivers were in the field that are here today on Sunday. Also keep in mind that other drivers have said, how do you get around Winchester? They've talked to a lot of different people, but to experience it for the first time, including veterans like Matt Craig, they did their homework on the racetrack yesterday. 2 one-hour practice sessions to try to become a famous, infamous driver that will be forever known as a Winchester 400 champion. Some of those names, I'm telling you, these are legitimate. Bob Seneca won this race 7 times. Rusty Wallace, Mike Eddy, Mark Martin twice, back-to-back, 85, 86. We had Ted Musgrave here. He's here this weekend. Glenn Allen Jr., before he went to NASCAR, he raced and won here at the Winchester 400. Mike Cope, a 3-time winner in a row. Amazing enough, that's a great stat right there. Mike Cope's still involved in racing in Trans Am TA2. NASCAR current Cup star Eric Jones won 3 Winchester 400s in 2013, 2014, and 2015. And we're talking about current NASCAR stars Sammy Smith, Gio Ruggiero, Carson Osavar. They've won 3 of the last 5 Winchester 400s. You get somewhere famous, you get yourself noticed here by winning the Winchester 400, things can happen. Cole Butcher has already raced in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series this year, looking to maybe even do it a few more this year before the season's out, and looking towards racing in NASCAR more often. So this is the kind of building blocks. This is the stage. Yes, legends are made here in the short tracks, but if you need to do something on your resume, winning the Winchester 400 will certainly get you noticed when it comes time to get funding and go racing in NASCAR as a full-time race driver. It all starts here. It all starts here in a little while on our Track TV coverage on this beautiful racetrack. Beautiful day of racing. If you're not already subscribed, please go to tracktv.com right now. Subscribe so you don't miss a lap of the action. Driver introductions are going on right now. We have a lot to do in a little bit of time. Thanks for joining us here on our Simpson Race Products pre-race show.
But Winchester is, that is a beast of its own. And we've unfortunately through the years, now we haven't had any problems in recent years, but it was proven to be a very stern taskmaster to several folks whose careers were ended at Winchester Motor Speedway. But it's a spectacular place.
Yeah, it's really a Bristol with a lot more character and a lot more bumps and nicks in the wall, and you run up against the fence, by the end of the race when the track rubber's in, and the wall isn't very even, so it can really catch you and catch you by surprise, and you can get into it and ruin your race.
My first trip up there, I think I was like 14 or 13. That was that was a lot for me to go up there. Just a high banked half-mile track. It's just a tough track and a place that can be intimidating.
I love Winchester. It's probably one of my favorite racetracks. Reminds you a lot of what we get to do today at Bristol. Just attack kind of place, really fast, a lot of load and a lot of speed, and also a lot of attrition as well.
What Winchester is and what that speedway means to the town was really, really cool to learn about and see, and obviously the history. And I made some laps out there, and I had Newman driving me, which was scary.
I think just the racetrack itself. You're standing in the pit area and you're literally looking up at the race cars. It's pretty phenomenal, watching race cars go around here, and obviously being out there is probably the closest feeling to Bristol, but this place is, with the character it's got and, the roughness and the surface, to me it feels faster than even Bristol. So it's such a cool place, such a great challenge for me as a driver to come here, and that's what I like about it.
It would have been better if my wife and my baby boy were here, but this is awesome. I've given 2 of these away, so this feels good.
So if you can put down 400 good ones in a super, that's a pretty big day for anyone.
"12 premier races at America's favorite racetracks." That's what the 2025 season consists of. Coming here to Winchester Speedway, these drivers have battled all season long. There's only one more race to go on November 9th. the All-American 400 you'll see here on Track TV as well. When it comes to this race, things can happen in a hurry, and points can change. As we found out last race after Toledo Speedway, Dawson Sutton moved from 4th to 3rd in the points of that big victory. I'm telling you, it can happen. Stage points at lap 150, at lap 300, and at the end of the race all add up to what could be a championship fight for positions 1 through 10 throughout the points as they stand now. Cole Butcher has a nice lead, 98 points after qualifying, but going into the weekend, Carson Brown, leading rookie in the Pepper Jack Kennels Rookie of the Year, is second in points. Comfortable there. Only 20 points separates Sutton and Boschel for third. Kyle Steckley also gained one spot with a consistency towards the second half of the season. He's up to 5th in points. George Phillips, Derek Thorne, Stephen Nassy, top 10 in points. Considering Derek Thorne is a driver that has never been here to Winchester Speedway. He's won some big races. He's raced in some high-profile events, including in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We have 3 full-time NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series drivers in the field and 2 other guys that have spent time in the Cup Series and Truck Series this year, all part of what is the field to make up the 54th running of the Winchester 400. Let's go trackside.
Race fans, please rise as you're able as Phil Shaw performs back home to Indiana.
Back home again in Indiana, and it seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still shining bright through the sycamores for me. The new mown hay sends all its fragrance from the fields I used to roam. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, then I long for my Indiana home.
Race fans, please continue to stand for the recording of the Canadian National Anthem. Please continue to stand as Larry Avery gives this afternoon's invocation.
Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, we thank you that we can enjoy this incredibly beautiful day that you've given us again. We thank you for the gift of your Son as well and his life, death, and resurrection. We thank you for those men and women that right now are protecting us here at home as well as overseas. We thank you for each one of them who allows us to live in this land of the free. We thank you for the 2 countries that are represented here today. God, I pray that you would bless each one. Give us peace, give us understanding. Let us know that you are here with us every step of the way and everything that we do today. Watch over our safety workers, our drivers, our crew members. Keep them all safe. We just thank you for that, Father. And in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Please remain standing as the Indiana State Police Color Guard presents our nation's colors. Continue to stand as Emily McCoy performs the U.S. National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Great job, great performance. It's part of the pageantry. Back home again in Indiana has the hairs on my arms standing, and they remain standing. For those of you joining us on the free live look-in, thank you for joining us. Facebook followers, thank you. We're going to turn off the Facebook feed now. We encourage you to go to tracktv.com to not miss a lap or another minute of the action here at Winchester Speedway. Again, thanks for joining us on the live look-in. Please go to tracktv.com right now to subscribe for 30 days, for a year. And your subscription today includes coverage of our November 9th All-American 400. Back with more from Winchester Speedway on our Simpson Race Products pre-race show.
Why not give your grill the deep clean it deserves? The CitraSafe Grill Cleaner Complete Bucket Kit has everything you need to get your grill spotless, inside and out. Powered by natural citrus, CitraSafe cuts through the toughest grease and grime safely and easily. No harsh chemicals, no hassle. Recipes taste better on a clean grill.
We're the leader in race fuels. We've been doing this since in the 60s.
We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world. We also test every single batch that goes out the door on over 15 different parameters that ensure the tune-up will be identical.
That consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
Make the same stuff every time. We're pretty darn close to perfect.